Hi, I'm Ned, and I've started streaming. This is a recording from my live stream over on twitch.tv/NedMakesGames. I'm live most Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. US Eastern Time. I'd love to see you there. All right. So yeah, hey everybody. Oh, of course, right when I go live, the sun has to shine through my window, so the webcam looks a little funny, but it should cool down in a second. Anyway, yeah, so today we're going to work on shape, making some diagrams for tutorials using shapes, which is a pretty cool tool you can get on the Unity Asset Store, which I would recommend. But I've only done like Freya shapes, exactly. And I've only done like a cursory look at it just to kind of see how it works. I think it'd be perfect for kind of the style I want to do for my tutorials. So today we're going to try to use it to make some diagrams for the custom lighting tutorials, specifically kind of explaining like how diffuse and specular lighting work. All right, so let's go ahead. All right, so let's save this scene as something a little better than just untitled. And look up shapes. Documentation. Okay, so yeah, I know you can do. All right, so you can have the assets. I know there's also the immediate mode, which you can just call to draw something, which might be better because I'm going to try to animate it. Although you could probably animate a line too. So what I want to do for this diagram is basically it's going to show kind of like how diffuse lighting works. So you have the normal and then the light direction and then the dot product basically determines how light that surface is shaded. So I think I'll have like a circle in the middle of the screen. Maybe we should draw a little diagram. So this will be like the surface, and then I'll have, so there'll be a normal vector, which I think I'll be able to move around using the mouse. I'm not sure, could drag it or I could just always follow the mouse. We'll have to see about that. And then there'll also be a light. So we'll need to make a sun animation or something, and then also an arrow that points towards that. This should be in the center. And then I don't know, maybe we'll have like an arc between the two lines and a value that says the dot product, and then we'll probably shade the circle in the middle to match. Something like that. And then I want to do something similar for the specular lighting. Although there we'll have to have a third arrow for the view direction. All right. Okay, so the ring. All right, and then an arc. So that's good because might need this one. What's this mean? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, and then I can have, oh yeah, no dash line for that, but have a dash line for the arc. That's cool. That'll be easy to make the sun, won't it? All right. Let's okay, so you can also just make a sphere, but I don't know. I guess it's still just a flat color, so it won't really make any difference. Okay. Oh, gosh, the sun is like right on my face, isn't it? Yeah, this is second. I think I'll close my window. I like to have some natural lighting in my on my streams, but yeah, it's oh, well, even with my window closed, it's still shining on my face, so going through the blinds. Oh well. This looks a little funny, but that's okay. Anyway. Okay, so let's try to make, how would we do an arrow? Oh, hey, Gowie. I'm glad you could make it at this time too. Oh yeah, which I forgot to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna try out this earlier time in the morning, just because I think it'll work a lot better for my work schedule. But we'll see. I'm not gonna officially change over until I've done a week or so, but yeah, how are you doing today? Okay, so yeah, just pick an endpoint. I guess I technically don't really need an arrow at the end, but let's see, how do I do that? You're feeling good? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good too. I think, yeah, on the previous time I would have already been working for like a whole day, so I was usually pretty tired. So it's kind of nice to stream first thing in the morning, so I have a little bit more energy. Makes it easier to watch while you're at work. Okay, well that's good to hear, Skylar. I'm glad to hear some, or see some familiar people, because I was afraid I would lose my audience I'd already built up, but... Okay, so I can make a polygon. So I guess this could be... Okay, I was gonna say, can I rotate a shape using this? No. That's kind of cool. So yeah, it seems like if I want to rotate. Oh, I see. That's cool. So if I wanted to rotate this, I'd have to move each point, which I guess isn't that big of a deal. Your secret's safe with me, Skylar. Okay, well, yeah, I didn't even see this. There's this triangle already. But it's basically the same. It just has 3 points. Okay, why can't I turn on dashed lines? Oh, because no? Oh, okay, yeah, well, it's because I didn't have border turned on. Yeah, it's, oh no, the rotation does work. Don't know why I didn't. I guess I'd want to do Z rotation. Did I just, do the wrong thing for the polygon? Okay, yeah, the rotation does work. So I could just use one of these for the end of the arrow. I guess it just kind of depends what I want to go for. Let's not worry about that for until I've got the rest of it working. Because yeah, for a triangle point, we just need to add the triangle on top. So that's something we can add on later. Okay. So this will be, I guess, let's call it the surface. Let's see. Just to future-proof things, let's make an empty game object. Sorry. Here, a cat. I'm trying to tell if it wants to get in my room or if it's playing with something outside my door. Okay. This will be, I don't know. I guess we'll just call it the circle. I'm not, yeah, I want it to, yeah, like I said, I want it to change color based on the dot product, but I don't know if I want it to just, like we might have to have some kind of outline so it stands out from the background. I want the background of it to kind of be the same color as Visual Studio, so that way in the video I can superimpose code on top of it. Take it off Visual Studio open. Oh, well, there's not even any. Yep, I want it to be this kind of dark gray color. Let's go ahead and add a script. Okay, so I guess this script will be what controls the color for the. Oh. Oh, okay. It's Why did they just randomly appear when I added a script to the project? It's kind of funny. But yeah, I guess this is a gizmo for the shape object. Huh? Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay, But anyway, what I really wanted to do is because I want to grab this color and then set it as the background. I guess let's just do, yeah, for some reason, sometimes Unity doesn't like to add an unlit, like flat color as the skybox. Let's see if it will work. Can't remember if it works in 2020.3 or not. Yeah, because there's no skybox just for a flat color, so you have to use the URP unlit. Oh, which I haven't even set up URP in this project yet. I don't know if we'll actually have any 3D objects, so the shadows don't really matter in this project. Yeah, and then here I'll just set this up and change it to linear space. Okay, now these little lights are getting kind of annoying. Okay, so if I move these around so I can see both windows, I should be able to color grab. Okay. And then I can set it as the skybox. Okay, it's not complaining this time. Oh, hey, Andra. Yeah, you did, I forget, sorry, my mind's going blank, but yeah, I saw that video. Yeah, thank you for coming by. Yeah, it was really cool that, I could help with that. But yeah, how are you doing today? Alright, so doing well. How often do I stream? Usually it's about 3 times a week. Yeah, I'm trying out a new time slot today. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna like it better, but it's 10 to 1 US Eastern time. So I'm gonna try to stick to it. Usually it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it's just Tuesday today because I didn't do it yesterday. But yeah, I didn't know you were on Twitch. I'll have to do you stream. All right, let me see. So let's get. Okay, I guess I'm gonna need some game object for the light. Let's just do an empty game object. Okay, and then this will be the diffuse line. And then we'll need another one for the light direction. Okay, and then this light object, I'll add, let's just make another disk for now. And then I can just move this. Okay, you just watch, that's fine. Okay, let's just make it, I don't know what the color scheme will be. Let's do something like that for the light, and we'll make this prettier. But right now I need to make a script that makes this light direction always point towards it. And then, of course, something that I can edit the normal and the light direction. Maybe I could just do that with left and right mouse button, although that wouldn't really work when I add in the specular light, because I'll have to also do the view direction. So it's probably better if I add a little handle I can drag. Anyway, so what is the script? So if I wanted to get, I guess I just need to transform for this. This field. So this will be the light position. And now I'll need I do need the shape class for the line. Oh, okay. It seemed to already be working, but that's fine. Oh yeah, I remember that she was having a ton of trouble getting it to work with URP at first. Because yeah, she had to do a bunch of kind of hacky stuff. Yeah, I can't imagine trying to get this to work across all 3 render pipelines. All right. Okay, I'm trying to. What was I trying to do? Oh yeah, I need to find the name of this script. So I think if I just say edit script, so it's shapes.line. Okay, that makes sense. Could do. I guess this, wait, yeah, this is the class that just colors the circle, so it doesn't actually need to know this. It just kind of needs to know the end point of the normal vector. Yes, normal endpoint. Okay, so from that we can calculate the dot product between those 2 vectors, and then we can color the disk, which I'm gonna just assume is just a disk. It's called disk. Oops. Although, wait, is it? I always forget if it's with a K or a C. Okay, so the C here. All right. So then on update, first we need to find this vector. Yeah, we need to find the unit vector pointing from the disk to the light position. So I guess let's make one more transform here for the center, or I guess origin. Okay, so float 3. Oh yeah, and I'm going to be using Unity's mathematics package just because I like the way that it's more like shader language. But basically a float 3 is the same thing as a vector 3. Okay, so light direction equals normalize the light position minus the origin position. Okay, and then we'll need the same thing for the normal, except this time we'll use the normal endpoint. Okay, and then normalizing will just give us a vector with a length of 1. So that way when we do the dot product, it's just the, it just gives us the cosine of the angle between those 2 vectors. Okay, and so disk dot color equals, let's just do something, I guess we'll just, let's see. We'll just start with white and then we'll set the value to this diffuse. So it'll range between black and white. Okay, so let's see here. I don't have anything for the normal endpoint yet, but this will be basically what we'll be able to drag around. And I'll just set it to be to the right, I guess. And then this should be the normal line. And then this. Okay, I guess we want the length to be a little bit longer, so it shows up. Okay. And then we'll also need a script that will point the light direction towards the light. Let's do something temporary for now. Okay, and then we'll want to add, this is added here, so diffuse, or what do I call it? Then we give it basically all those values that we just figured out. Okay, so yeah, now it's gonna give us pure black because they're completely perpendicular. Then yeah, when we move this up, it starts to turn white, which it doesn't reflect in the graph yet, but when I move the normal vector upwards, it gets more parallel with the light direction, so it starts to brighten up. Yeah, we want to change this color probably, but let's get some more scripts that will make these lines point in the correct direction. So I think I could just make something that sets the endpoint towards a specific object. So I guess let's call this line point. I'm still not good about typing without seeing the keyboard, apparently. Okay, so point towards, and I think I want a length. Oh, forgot the semicolon. And then on update, let's see. So I guess we'll just find the length. Kind of like we did here, except the origin I think will just be this transform. So point towards the direction. Oh, right, and then I need to actually have the line object. We'll just assume that we're on top of the line, or that we're a component of the object with the line. So that way on start we can just get that component. Okay, so line dot end equals direction Or I guess the transform position plus the direction times the length. Gosh. Okay, and this is gonna complain because C# isn't sure if I'm trying to add to a vector 3 or add using the float 3 operator. So we just gotta be explicit there. All right, so now I can add this to both of our line objects. All right, so let's see how that looks. And now I should be able to move. Oh. Oh, well, I'm moving the line object, not the endpoint. Yeah, okay, so that's better. You can see as the vectors get more parallel, the surface gets brighter, which is how diffuse sliding works. If I move the light, does the same thing? Yeah, that works too. I kind of wonder what color these vectors should be. I don't think they should be pure white. But I don't know if they should match the color of the surface, because then it kind of gets difficult to see what's going on. So I might need to add an outline around it. We'll have to see. Could always go with red and green. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, probably they should be color coded to show that they're different object or different, you know, different things, different data points. Okay. So now what I want to do is when it's completely dark, I want the surface to fade into a specific color, which might just be this background color. So instead of just basically lerping between white and black, I'm going to let me specify two colors here. So we'll have dark color and the light color. Okay, so I didn't know if there'd be a lerp color. Also, technically, yeah, we need to saturate this to throw out negative values. Okay. And I guess the light color would actually be the color of the light source. Oh, the alpha is 0. Wait, that's not what I want to do. Okay, that looks better, I think. All right. What about, would like a drop shadow look good? Probably be in the other direction. That looks oh. I don't mind that. Although I probably need to add a drop shadow to everything. Not that that'd be too difficult to do. But it does add a little bit of polish, so might be worth it. Okay, I don't know why it's updated randomly, but that's fine. So, for a little bit of organization, I'll move that there. Right now, to add a drop shadow to these lines, I would have to basically make another class that copied these positions. That's not that that's difficult to do. Let's try it and see how it looks. I guess I don't even need to get that because, yeah, it would just be our actual parent object. So I really just need to have like an offset field here. Also, how did I mean, it worked out, but how did I make sure that this draws behind the other one? If I go like that, oh no, it must, probably to make sure I should move this, the depth. Okay, so it disappears if I say Z1. Do something like that. Why does it disappear if I change it to 1? Because the skybox is like an infinite distance away. Okay, I guess this is how shapes works. Okay, so technically we'll have a float 3 because we can just include the depth offset in there too. Alright, so then we need parent and our own line. Okay, I'm not sure. Yeah, these calls are kind of funny because sometimes they actually like check the actual like this game component first before checking the parent. So I'm not sure if this will work, but we'll see. So the start will just equal the parent start plus offset and then line end. Oh yeah, it's complaining because it's a float 3 and not a vector 3. Alright, so we'll add a shadow. Okay, so it's negative 0.1, negative 0.1, and then positive 0.1 for the depth. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Why does it keep updating like that? Oh, I think it is what I was saying. So for some reason get component in parent actually returns the line component on this object because it checks this object before checking the parent, which is kind of funny. It seems like it should check the parent first and then go up the hierarchy, but that's not how it works. So we can just do transform parent to get component in parent. So unfortunately this won't work if for some reason the shadow didn't have a parent, but okay, so yeah, now we can see it sticks to it, doesn't move infinitely in space. And if I move the endpoint, it should follow. Oops. Okay, yeah, I think I like the drop shadow. It adds just a little bit of polish. I mean, you can barely see it, but I guess we'll see when the diagram is complete what style we end up with. I guess I could just add this to the light as well. Okay, so now let's make some scripts that'll let me drag these around. I'm gonna go ahead and copy a script from another diagram I've done. Let's open another. No, it's not gonna do that. Yeah, so if anybody watched my dot product video, yeah, I'm gonna grab the dragging script from that, which I think is right here. What was it called? Yeah, graph control object. Let's rename it to, I guess, draggable object. Okay, so yeah, this worked a little bit different in the other video, but I basically just want this logic that gets the camera and then lets you drag it, or gets the mouse position and lets you move a object around. What's this? Okay, yeah, so that was integration with the graph. So I don't actually need this object, but I guess I'll leave it around for now. Okay, so now if I add this to, well, there's no collider. I guess I can just add one, but so if I add it to the light object, then give it a collider. I wonder if it will work with 2D colliders. Let's try it out. No, it doesn't. Oh, I just added another 2D collider. What's it called? A sphere collider. Okay, so it doesn't work with that either. So that means something about this is incorrect. Oh, I remember. It's because, yeah, the other... Yeah, I don't actually set the position. I just notified the graph in the other project and then it would set the position. I mean, that is kind of, well, that is a good way to do it in some ways because that way the other object has complete control. But I think this will be fine. in this diagram. Let's see how this looks. Okay, yeah, there we go. So now I can drag it around. It's relatively simple. In like a full game, I don't know if it's a good idea to use these callbacks because it doesn't give you much like control. But yeah, it's fine for this diagram. Now I do want to see if it works for 2D colliders because that'd be a little cleaner for this particular project. Okay, and it does work, so that's good to see. Okay, so now let's just add an invisible collider to the end of the normal. Although I guess, okay, so this is going to be a bit of a problem because it doesn't have a graphic, but I can actually drag it off of the vector, so I could probably lose where it is. I guess I could just make it constrained to be a certain distance around the disk. Basically, I need to do that here. Let's see. Do I want to do that in this specific class, or it'd be probably cleaner if I had a different class, but then I'd have to duplicate this code. I'm trying to think, is there any, in these diagrams, is there any time that I would want? Because I could just make it so this light also is a fixed distance from the center. So I'm trying to think if there's any time that I'd want to be able to just freely drag around the screen. And I don't... Nothing comes to mind for the diffuse and specular graphs I'm trying to make right now. So let's just make things simple on ourselves. I guess distance from origin. Okay, so now this position is like just the position if we weren't constraining it. So I need to move this. So that's always this distance from this origin transform. Let's have another class that takes care of that. So float 3. Oh yeah, I'm kind of I guess this was before I decided to move all to float 3 because I'm kind of mixing and matching. Okay. So I basically, again, I need to find the vector pointing from the origin to this unconstrained, and then normalize it, and then just multiply by this distance, and that will keep it on a certain distance from the origin. And then we can just return normalized times the distance. All right, so okay, so something like that. the light? So it's like 4.5. Oh, I didn't set, yeah, the origin position, which is just that. Okay. There we go. It's a little jerky when I'm trying to animate it. So I wonder if there's a, I guess if I want it to be smooth, I should probably just animate it procedurally anyway. So I don't know if it really matters. Yeah, since I am doing it with the mouse, maybe I should just add a mouse graphic even. But anyway, so we'll copy this. And now we should be able to drag the normal vector around. And when I let go, it's still going to be at the tip, even though it's invisible. Okay, so let's make a prettier light object now. Now I saw I can do something with this, and then it had a pretty cool, I guess even that looks pretty good. Okay, so now if I wanted to rotate this, could I just, I guess I could just, yeah, do that. Okay, that's pretty easy. All right, so let's just make a really simple rotator class. All right, and we'll have speed, and this will also let us know like what axis to rotate on. So transform dot rotate speed times time, delta time. I think that's pretty much it. I guess it should be the local. Is there a local rotate class? Oh, well, I guess, yeah, this is relative, so, yeah, I don't have to tell it to be local rotation or global. Alright, so let's see how that looks. Okay, I think it's just super slow. Oh yeah, I forgot this is in degrees, so yeah, that was extremely slow. Okay, maybe, yeah, it's too fast, but also I think it should be in the other direction. Okay, that looks better, I think. So that's obvious that that's the light source, I think. Okay, so so now I guess, yeah, I want to have maybe an arc here just to make it obvious that we're measuring this angle. And then I need to have some kind of text that tells the actual dot product. So we can use another. Okay, well, applying the disk is the same thing. So this will be the angle arc. Okay, and yeah, this is. Okay, so yeah, it could be pretty thin. No, I think that's fine. Okay, so then fun part will be I need to calculate these values. Also, I don't like that how this edge doesn't match up with this line. How would I fix that? I think the problem is, it's not that there's a bug in shapes, it's just that when I rotate away from it, the endpoint, it's just the line from the center, is not parallel with this line, which is kind of how I want it to look. I think maybe the easiest way is if I actually move, if this arc stays parallel with the line, and then I have a thicker version of the line that goes outside, but it's the same as the background color that kind of covers that up. Oops, sorry about that. I think I'm just a little worried that it would also like cover up things like that I don't want it to cover up, like the shadows and stuff like that. Maybe I can use the stencil buffer. I don't know. Probably could use the stencil buffer, but or maybe a better way is just to do these rounded caps. That way it's not as obvious. Although I don't think that looks as good. I'd really like it if I could keep it flat, but then have these lines parallel. I mean, I guess I could just have it touch like that. Maybe that's just what I should do. Let's see. I guess, yeah, there's no use worrying about it too much right now. Let's actually get it working. Okay, so how do I want to define these angles? So I want to just have, or give it these endpoints again, and then it will just calculate the angle and then match it. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Okay, and then we'll have... Okay, it's actually a disk. Okay, okay, so then once again we'll get this vector. Oops. And I guess I need the origin too. This time I don't need that. Alright, so now I have the vector pointing from the origin to each of these endpoints. And so I can get the angle of them by basically... Does math have an angle? No. But I can get the angle of them by basically taking the dot product and then the inverse cosine with a vector pointing to the right. What is what's the zero angle? Okay, yeah, so it is right here. Oh yeah, an easier way would be to use a tan 2, which I think, yeah, this has that. Okay, so float angle A equals math a tan 2. Okay, and actually here I don't really need to have the, I don't need to normalize it, but yeah, that's kind of the good thing about using the arc tangent instead of arc cosine. So this is actually difference A and then difference B. Alright, so now we have both the angles. Theoretically I can just set... Okay, so it's in radians, but that's fine because a tan 2 gives us radians. I already know I'm gonna have to switch or change this, but let's just make sure this works so far. So A would be the normal endpoint and then the light. Okay, it actually already flips around like that. I was gonna say I thought I'd have to change that myself. But yeah, it already uses the smallest vector. No, okay, I guess it's not using the smallest vector, it just has to do with... Yeah, how it crosses specific intervals. Probably because a tan 2 returns either positive or negative depending on different orientations. What I'd rather it do... I want it to basically always take the smallest direction, so I'm going to probably have to do some math myself. So yeah, basically once we move past parallel, it should switch over to this side. But yeah, I think that this actually looks fine. I think it would kind of look cooler if I could add a space there, but I think it's gonna be kind of difficult to make it look polished. So I don't know. Because I've still, oh yeah, I've got to even do the drop shadow for this arc thing, so. Oh. I just noticed, yeah, I have dropped 0 frames so far, so that's good. Yeah, last stream was, oh yeah, last week, yeah, I was out without internet for like over a day because, I don't know, on Monday, yeah, my internet was doing really badly on stream and I had to reset the router and then it just like outright failed on Tuesday and I didn't get it fixed all the way until Thursday. But all right. So what? Oh yeah. So I need to try to. Yeah, working with angles is always confusing. Trying to think. What's the easiest way? I think it'd be best if I transformed each angle to be positive, so that way I don't have to worry about flipping around the 0. And then after that, I'll swap them so that the one that's oh yeah, so then I'll need to do like see like which, if I go this way or this way, is shorter, and then I think if it's one way then I'll have to switch the angles or something. Let's I guess I don't want to delete that, but okay, so I'm trying to see like when exactly. So A tan2 flips between, oh well, that makes sense. So it ranges between negative 180 and 180, or negative pi and positive pi. Now when does the arc flip? Okay, so the arc actually just goes from the start angle to the end angle. It doesn't actually care about, like, it never flips over. It's just whenever the A tan2 switches to negative is when it changes directions, and it has to do, obviously, when we pass this negative 180 mark. That's good to know. So, okay, if I changed it so that, like, if angle A is less than 0, then angle A plus equal pi times 2. So I think this would make it so that I would always, sorry, circle. Oh no, it still flips. Oh, okay, but this time it has to do, yeah, when it flips to 360. So I guess what I would do is, if like greater than angle A, then we would swap them, right? Does that not work? I thought you could do that to swap. Maybe it has to be a tuple. Okay, yeah, I think this works. Some fancy C sharp. Okay, maybe it didn't work. Okay, we'll just use a temp variable. Oh no, it's still flop. So I'm trying to keep it so that the start angle is always less. Okay, so I think I got this backwards. No, it's still... Okay, well, it is actually working, but yeah, it's just when we flip over 0. Yeah, because the start angle is always less. It just looks weird. So I guess what I want to do is I want to change this flip position to be here. So I guess what I need to do is make everything relative to this angle, which is angle B. Okay, so but yeah, we'll just make everything positive. I don't know if that really makes the difference. Okay, so what this does, okay, let's take our current thing where angle B is 90, angle A is 0. So when we do this, the origin angle would be 90. And the offset angle would be negative 90, which that's correct. So then what do I want to do? Okay, so I guess, yeah, we do have different logic here depending on if the offset angle is positive or negative. All right, so that maybe that's an easy way to think about it. So if offset angle is greater than or equal to 0, then the start angle, yeah, is origin, and then the end angle is the offset, and then otherwise, wait, no, it's this. So it's origin plus the offset, actually. And then here, the start is the origin plus the offset, and then the end is the origin. Okay, so let's see if that is right. Okay, I actually should leave that there and then move this around. Okay, no, it flips here. Okay, so it's just flipping there again. Let's see. Yeah, angles are always a pain to deal with. Maybe this will help me visualize what's going on. Okay, so the offset is still negative, which is right. And then here, it does flip correctly. The problem is at negative 180. Turn off collapse. The problem is here, yeah, we can see the offset changes from being positive to extremely negative. So I think what I have to do again is if the offset is like greater than 180, either way, I have to change the sign. So if offset angle is greater than 180, or I guess this would be math pi because we're working in radians, then we subtract pi times 2, and then else if offset angle is less than negative math pi, we do that. And so now, yeah, this offset angle is never greater than the absolute value of pi. Okay, there we go. So that makes the logic correct. So if I change to this, okay, so that seems to work. Now I just need to have some text that says the value of this dot product. Can see. Don't really want to have to work with a canvas because it'd be like a different screen or a different space than the rest of everything. I think I can just use Text Mesh Pro in World Space, I think. Okay, yeah, I can. Yeah, we'll import the essentials. So obviously it's really big right now. I want to change the font at some point, but we can do that later. Okay, so this is like I'm not really sure where I'll place this text. Like, should it be in a constant position or should it kind of try to follow this arc? I'm not sure yet. Okay, this will be a label. Oops. And then we'll have the actual value text. Alright, we can mess with that later. Okay, well actually, yeah, these are kind of messed up because I should have set the position to be here. I guess, let's see. So we want the position to be at 0, 0 because it should be anchored on the origin position, but we'll have it bottom justified and left. Yeah, and then I guess I need to set this pivot position to 0, 1, or -1. What? Oh yeah, just 0. Okay. Now it looks like it's centered on the position. It's way too high though. Okay, yeah, doesn't really matter the height. Seems like. And then, yeah, the length can go farther. It doesn't really make any difference. Although wait, what? This doesn't seem to affect anything. What am I actually changing here? Because I don't see any values changing. Okay, so I obviously was changing something, but I don't know what. Because when I change this to 0, it's like being strange. Okay, well, I don't know. Yeah. The Unity UI system, pretty powerful, but it's also not the most intuitive. But this one I want to move up. Okay. Something like that, and then the value I'll just change to be 0.00 for now. Okay, so now we need something to set this text value. I mean, I guess we could just calculate the diffuse again. Which maybe I should do. Let's do angle between two texts. And yeah, I think I'll just copy this because we're going to use kind of the same stuff. Yeah, except this time we need a tmp pro dot text asset or object. Okay. So this time we actually do need the normalized versions because we're going to take the dot product of them. And if you don't normalize the vectors first, then you will not get, well, you'll get the correct answer, but not, you want something that's the cosine of the angle between them. Otherwise, their lengths will be multiplied in there too. So float the dot product. Okay, and then text dot text equals I think it's F2 for a floating value at to 2 I can't think of the term, but yeah, the 2 digits. So again, we get the light and the normal endpoint. Okay. First, we need to get rid of this. We'll comment it out in case there's more bugs. But also, I forgot to saturate this again. I don't want to have negative values. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now, do I want this text to move? I think it might be kind of nice if it moves along. Like it stays on the midpoint here. If that's the case, I'm going to need to copy this text, or this logic. So I might move all this stuff to a helper function because I mean, this was kind of complicated. Okay, so public static will return float get arc angles. So we'll have the float 3 and point A and origin. Okay, and so this returns this will return origin angle. Okay, and then we'll just flip that around here. So that way they're already ordered. Okay, and then we can switch this class to just call that function float. Oh wait, no. Okay, get rid of all that. Let's make sure this all works. And then I'll try to position the text. Okay, so yeah, the arc still works, thankfully. Okay, let's make position on arc. So this will, yeah, try to position in the center of the arc. Okay, so we're gonna need again this data. In fact, I think I'll just copy this. Okay, so we want the center between them, so float angle equals start plus end divided by 2. Okay, I guess we'll need a length here. Probably, yeah, you could probably also get this just by averaging these endpoints instead of going through all this with the arc angles, but we've already got this logic going, so why not reuse it and make sure it matches completely. Okay, so now what I'm gonna need to do, float 3 direction equals so take the cosine of the angle, yeah, times. Okay, I guess we could actually just add in the length at this point, huh? But anyway, transform dot position equals direction times length. All right, let's see how this looks. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I don't know. I don't know if it's easy to see or not. I think it was too far for one, but also I think it might be nice if we can have like an interpolation position. So instead of just taking the average, we actually will interpolate between the angles. So that way I can like weight the position more towards the normal vector or the light. Okay. All right. The problem with this, also the interpolation position needs to be subtracted by 1 if they're flipped. But it doesn't really work anyway. Let's see. I mean, this. Let's see, Sabul flipped. Well, at least we'll get this part working, but I don't really know if this is actually that useful. At this point, yeah, probably I should just not do this flipping part. Okay, well it does work, but it's on the wrong side. Yeah, well it's too hard to read. Let's see if I put it farther out. I don't know. I think I should just stay still. Yeah, and I don't think I should do that. But it is kind of important to know if they've been flipped or not, so I think I should just always return this version, and then anything that cares can just see if, or make this test themselves. Although wait, okay, so I guess I'll just return the origin and the offset. Um, and then yeah, this will just see. So if offset angle is greater than or equal to 0, then oop. Anyway. Well, I'll fix this if I ever end up using it. Let's make sure the arc still works. Okay, good. I keep on changing that code. So what do I want the diffuse text to be? I guess where it is. I mean, the problem is, no matter where I put it, it's gonna get in the way unless I move it pretty far. I guess I could put it in the center of the circle, actually. Although then when it lights up, it'll be hard to read. I could just put it over in the corner. I mean, kind of where it is nice, but yeah, when I move the light over there, I mean, I guess I could just not move the light here in my video. Yeah, I probably won't because, well, we'll see. Because I want to also, like I said, I have the background the same color as Visual Studio, so that way I can like write the code to actually do the diffuse calculation and then like overlay it. So I'll probably be fine. Yeah, I also need to get a different text or font, but I don't think I'll do that on stream because I need to just go looking through websites. Okay, so anyway, I think we're just about done with this diagram. Let's add, I guess now's the point I need to decide if I like the drop shadows or not, because I'll need to add them to everything else. I think they do look nice. It'd be kind of cool if I could just make a script that would grab this. Well, I guess I could do a shader that would just take this texture and then offset the entire thing and color it black. But so that way I wouldn't have to do the drop shadow myself. Let's see, well, how difficult would that be to do? Okay, so look at the frame debugger debugger right now just to see. Okay, so it draws the skybox first. That's kind of, yeah, unfortunate. Because we need the skybox not to be rendered. Yeah, so all this stuff, yeah, it's transparent, which makes sense. So unfortunately, I don't think it'd be very easy to do that because because we'd have to somehow extract all the color or move the skybox to be drawn after the transparent objects. Okay, so yeah, if they were opaque, it'd be as simple as just getting the opaque texture and then doing a post-processing effect that would draw everything like an offset off. But yeah, not easy to do with transparent objects, so anyway, so yeah, we'll just do it the low tech way. I just need to add shadows to everything. I think the easiest way to do it will just be to do like, well, for the light it's pretty simple. I could just copy this. And then offset everything so it's -0.1, -0.1, and then +0.1. And change the color. And then the same thing here. Okay, so I don't have anything on the text yet. I think I can even just have an underlay. Trying to see. Okay, that is what I wanted to do. But I don't know what space this is in, because when I set it, so it's just one pixel. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to. No, I don't want any softness because there's not any in the rest of it. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna have to play with these values because it doesn't seem like it's in world space. Yeah, 'cause it doesn't even let you change it any more than 1. Okay, well, anyway. Okay, so now I've got to do the arc, and since this changes dynamically, the easiest way will just be to have an arc shadow script that will copy the angles. Let's add that. So arc shadow. Yeah, let's go clean that up a bit, and then you can kind of just copy this. Except the disk. Okay, actually, yeah, we don't even need the offset because that's already set. We just need to change the end and start angles. Okay. Yeah, it looks like that set up correctly. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like the shadow for the sun rays is offset at the wrong value, but it's because it's rotating around. So what I have to do is make the ray shadow not be a parent under the rays, or not be a child. Also, yeah, I left the rotator on it too, but yeah, we actually do need that. And then if I zoom in, yeah, now it's staying correct, I think. Okay. So now I just need to see if there are any finishing touches I want to do. We had talked about coloring these lines. Okay, if I do that, then I need to move the arc behind it. Now the shadow is on top of the arc. That shouldn't happen though, should it? Let's see. Probably. Oh yeah, this wasn't. Oh no, it had a 0.1 offset. Oh, yeah, I think I moved it back too much. Yeah, I meant to just do 01, but okay. No, it's still like that. Why? Because this is the 0.01, and then the shadow is not as far back. Okay, so I just need to move the actual object's offset, not the line's points offset. I guess that makes sense because this probably doesn't affect the sort order. I don't know, maybe. But anyway, this seems to work. Okay. So do I like it better with red or was it better white? Usually, actually the Z is usually blue, so maybe the normal vector should be blue. That doesn't stand out as much though. And then I could also make the light color vector be the same color as the light. Let's see. I don't know. I kind of liked him white better, to be honest, but I guess one other problem, just for clarity's sake, also is that these vectors don't really explain what they are. I guess this is kind of obvious because it's pointing towards the light, but this isn't obvious. So maybe I should add like an arrowhead to it to, I don't know, would that make it obvious that this is the normal vector, I wonder? It's hard to tell. Okay, so I'm gonna need to add something so it sticks to the end of the line. I guess I can put it on the normal end point. I'm still gonna have to rotate it, but okay. Let's see here. So X would be, yes, I want the first point. And then these ones would be like 0.5, negative 0.5. Okay, there we go. It's a little big. kind of see the shadow on it. Which, I don't know why that happens because I offset it. Maybe, I mean, you don't really see it in the game view, so... Okay, I think it was just an artifact of perspective. Do I like that? Maybe it should be a little rounded. Hi, Tommy Thel guy. Think about buying shapes. How good is it? Well, I'm liking it so far. This is my first time I've really used it, but it's pretty easy to use, and it has a bunch of different shapes. So far, I'm liking it. Round it slightly. Okay, so obviously we need this to rotate with the line, but I also think... Okay, well, let's get the rotation working first. So this will be another script. Rotate to let's rotate towards. So yeah, we need to just align the rotation with a certain vector. Okay, I guess the origin, and then yeah, we need also the towards object. Okay, so once again, we need to find the difference between these. And then we need to set this vector, or set this object's rotation to be aligned with this vector, which we can find with arctangent. Transform rotation equals Euler. Okay, and this is on the Z axis. Oh, the reason it's not working is because, yeah, Unity uses degrees for this, and we're using our radians. But I think actually if I use the lowercase q quaternion, then that uses radians. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, so I don't like that. You don't really see it in scene view, but yeah, you can see the light vector is like intersecting between the arrow. So to fix that, I guess I just need to bring the normal line forward a little bit. Oh yeah, this is giving me flashbacks to working with sprites. Actually, I think it'd be better if I move the light line backwards. Not gonna mess up stuff with the arc. Okay. No, it's still doing that weird thing. Why? I don't know if you guys can see it on stream, but yeah, the light direction vector is like in between this line and the triangle. But this is 0. And the normal line is 0, but then the light direction line should be farther in the back. Oh, you know what? I think the camera is still in perspective, so it should be orthographic. That's probably the whole issue. Okay, I think that was the whole issue with a bunch of my depth sorting issues. All right. Do I like that arrow? I think it looks fine. I'm trying to decide if I like it being this length or if I want the point actually to be even with the light direction vector. I don't know. It's probably fine like this. Okay, I'm just moving things around to see. But yeah, I think having this arrow on it does kind of make it more obvious that it's the normal vector. At least I hope so. I mean, I'll say it in the video, but it'd be nice if it was just evident from the graph itself. Is the sun made with shapes too? Yeah, it is, Tommy. It's a disc, and then another disc for the rays that's set to be a ring, and then you can have outline mode. Oh, that looks pretty good too, actually. Okay. Yeah, so I need to add a shadow for the arrow. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, so this isn't going to work because when we rotate it, the shadow gets misaligned. So what I have to do is, again, do this, but... Oh, well, maybe it was because I left the rotate towards script active on it. So let's deactivate that and see if it works. Okay, no, it doesn't. So what I should do is something like that, and then I think I'm going to have to change this as well, but... Hi, Awkward Brian. Spinning the sun counterclockwise makes it look like the rays are going into the sun. Oh, you think so? Okay, well, I can change it. Is this? I think this is right. Technically, it's technically this way. The arrow is not pointing exactly the same spot, or I mean, it's pointing to the same spot, so the angle's a little misaligned. I mean, it won't be that difficult to fix. So yeah, I can change that. I can just do it. Yeah, I can just rotate it the other way if that looks better. Okay, but I can fix that angle thing just by adding an offset here. Put 3 offset. Although, wait. Okay, no, this is fine. What I would do is I would just subtract that from the position, I think. Oh, I spelled that wrong for 1. So, wait. So, yeah, if my... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I'm making an issue out of nothing because I don't actually even use the position of the actual object. Okay, no. Yeah, so this, I think it was fine. Okay, then, I think I'm done with this diagram. Trying to think if there's anything else. This is basically an illustration of how diffuse sliding works. Okay, and I think it looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, we could add more animation, but it's only going to be on screen for a small amount of time, so I think we'll go with this. So let's adapt it to also work for specular highlights. Alright, so we'll make another version of the scene for specular. Okay, so here it's going to be about the same, except we'll have more vectors because we also have to have the view direction and then the half vector, which is like halfway between the light and the view direction. And then that's what actually we take the dot product with. Oh, excuse me. But I think we can use a bunch of these same scripts for it. First thing I want to do is the actual part that's going to be colored is going to be like a smaller circle inside. To kind of mimic how the specular highlights are just small little dots on the object. So here. And the color of the actual circle. How come it's not changing colors? Okay, it must just not update during edit mode. Oh, it's because the highlight was over it. Yeah, so this needs to be smaller. Also, yeah, then we should change the specular highlight never actually gets darker than the diffuse color, so to mimic that, we should change that a little bit. Okay. And then also this is, of course, the specular. Okay. So again, what do you think? Let me pull up the script. With the my actual specular highlight code so I can make sure I remember exactly how it works. It's a little bit more complicated than the diffuse lighting, because diffuse lighting is just a simple dot product. And the specular highlights you have to do a little bit more. Okay. So yeah, so we've okay, so it's the dot product of the normal and then the half vector, and the half vector is the average between the light direction and the view direction. All right. So first of all, we need to have something for the view direction. So let's create that. Yeah, so it'll not be another draggable object. And then we'll have a collider 2D. Okay, and then inside we'll make an eye. Let's see, we can probably do that with shape, maybe. I thought that was Bezier curves. Maybe they're not implemented yet. Huh. I thought she was working on it, but yeah, it must not be in this version. Okay, well, we could have used that to make our eye shape. Oh. That's funny, I changed this to billboard and the editor bugged out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna... Yeah, if I can't make a curved line, I'm gonna have to write it myself. Or make it myself in Inkscape or something. Which is not a huge deal, but it would be cool to do everything in shapes. I thought that Unity shapes easier. Curve. Okay. Maybe I'll show. Okay, maybe she was just working on it, but she's not adding them to shapes. Which is fine. Okay, then let's make an eyeball. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like this to be centered. I guess I could do so 128. And then both of these, this should be at 0 and 128. And then this one should be at 256, 128. Okay. Yeah, but they're still not. It's gonna be difficult to make them exactly symmetrical, so I might like export it and then flip it or something. Yeah, that's probably 2. It's not horrible, but ACP scaling. Okay, yeah, there we go. Didn't work. It's not. Yeah, for some reason the arrow to scale them without changing the X position is not there. Okay. Minescape is free, so I can't complain too much, but sometimes their tools not the best. Okay, I think I'm gonna mirror this in some other program once I export it, so don't worry about it too much. Okay. There we go, getting there. I want it to be pretty simple, so I don't think I'll add any details to the pupil. Mostly because the sun was just a single color, so we'll do the same thing for this. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I don't think I can cut it in half here. So I'll export it and then open it in the GIMP or something, and then, or sorry, GIMP, and then take it from there. Assets, textures, all right. Okay, we can close this one now. Okay. All right, I was gonna say it looked black here, but I think that's just because I need to set alpha as transparency to true. Okay, so now let's open it in GIMP. Oh, closed the wrong one. Okay, so can I? It'd be nice if I could select the exact middle. I can set the position, so I know. Actually, I think Inkscape resized it. I should have thought about that a bit more. Okay, so let's see. How big is the file? .384 pixels. So that would be like 100. Okay, well, let's not make a mistake here. So 384 divided by 2. 192. Yeah, it was almost 200, of course. So that. Okay, so now we should have exactly half of the picture. So I can copy it. Okay, and then if I change this to 192, and then I can clear this part of the picture and paste. I think I accidentally pressed copy. Fun. Paste. And then image. Oh, wait, layer. Transform, flip horizontally. Okay, I think an anchor. All right, so yeah, that was more trouble than I'd hoped, but oh well. Okay, so now, guess I can just have to make a material for this. Create. And this will just be a URP unlit shader, and with that. Okay, and then if I make a quad. Oh, I need it to transparent. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. So, okay, yeah, so this should be like that. Let's compare it to the sun because I want it to be kind of a similar size. It's actually looking pretty good. All right. Yeah, I might edit that image, but for now, fine. Okay, so what color should it be? Yeah, let's get rid of the collider. Move the material away. So this is I colored, and then yeah, we're gonna have to have another one for the shadow, which I guess I'll go ahead and add now. That. Okay, yes. Anyway, this one. Oh, the color, it's all black. So it won't color correctly. I mean, I could just recolor these color channels, but I don't know if that's not that easy to do, and at least I don't know how to do it easily in GIMP. I don't really want to export it out of Inkscape again because then I'll have to flip it, but I think that's just going to be the easiest way to do it. Okay. Yeah, so change this to white. Okay, so can I reload it? Okay, this is 192. 192. Oh, wait, actually, yeah, the size here should be the entire image, which was like 300 something, but... Okay, so copy, and then I need to move this over and clear it. And then edit, paste. So not fun. Must have done something wrong. Okay. Edit, copy, paste. There we go. Layer, flip horizontally. Okay. Try to fit it. All right, and then anchor and export again. Okay. So yeah, now they're both white, and I can just change this one to black. Right. So yeah, what do I want to change the view color to? I don't know, maybe blue. Okay, we'll go with that for now. Okay, so now I need another line for the view direction. And this one will point towards the view, and we'll change it also to have this light blue color. Okay. So it's not working. Oh, well, it's because it was positioned wrong. So let's move this actually. Seems. Okay, so does it? Okay, I guess. Why? Oh, no. I'm confused. How? Oh, I think it's because the camera. Yeah, the camera. Yeah, is not centered. Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out why the sun wasn't clipped at the top, but it was clipped at the bottom. All right. Okay, so now we have the view direction. So now we need the half vector, which is average between the light direction and the view direction. And that's what actually we take the dot product with. So we need one more. I don't know how I'm going to represent that. Maybe I'll make it green because blue plus yellow is green. Yeah, so this one doesn't have anything to point to. Well, maybe I should make something for it to point to just so that the rest of the systems will all work correctly. So let's do that. Half direction. So half direction endpoint. So this will just want the endpoints for the light and the view direction. Serialized field, private, transform, I guess we'll just do endpoint A and then endpoint B. Do I need, I don't think I need the origin for this one. I guess I do, yeah, because we're still gonna take the difference between them, so, oops. I pressed the button on my mouse. Let's see. Kind of. Oh, well, I do have, yeah, I have to normalize them because I have to add them. Yeah, so basically we need to take the average of the two vectors, which you can get by normalizing both. I don't really want to... Okay, yeah, this is what I want. So that way I don't have to type all that out again. Okay, so the average of those two vectors is just you add them together and then normalize again. Okay, yeah, so then I just need another... Yeah, the length doesn't really matter, but in case we ever attach something to this. So transform dot position equals origin dot position plus average times the length. And yeah, it's gonna complain about float 3 and everything, so. Okay. So now I'm thinking I might have an update problem or an update order problem. So let's see if I can nip that in the bud. So what I want, basically I want this to update, well, before we do anything with the specular lights, but I don't know, maybe I don't really need to worry about it. Let's see, so this should update. Oh, how wonderful. Okay, so apparently my internet's dead. I think I'm back. That's annoying because I only have like 5 more minutes. Well, I want to try to finish this up. Yeah, I guess in the interest of finishing on time, we won't worry about that script execution order because it might not be an issue. Yeah, I'm sorry about my internet dying. I don't know if I'm back yet, but I think we'll just keep going because the YouTube viewers will see this part. But how annoying. Anyway, okay, so we can add this. Okay, so yeah, now I'm connected. Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. All right, so anyway, the average is right. It's the view, it's the light in the view direction. So, wait, no, that's not right. We want this and view. Okay, so the origin, and then yeah, the length, it doesn't really matter, but set it to 3. And then we can just use this to point towards. Okay, yeah, now I see what I need to do. Go to execution order. Basically, this half direction endpoint should run before that, and then yeah, we need to make sure to do the draggable objects first. So that way, the things that the line can point towards this half direction endpoint before anything else is changed. Okay, and so now we can actually make the arc go between the normal and this half direction, and also the hex is with the half direction. It keeps going away. Did I do the arc correctly? Yeah, no, I put it towards the line, which isn't right. Okay, so let's see how this looks. Okay, so the half direction seems to be working correctly. Why does it flip? Oh, because yeah, the average. Oh, I see. So technically this is right, but you would never see this happen because yeah, your view direction is on the other side. So yeah, it's kind of interesting how that can happen. So the specular just like falls off, but you never see it because the view direction. Or because yeah, you're not viewing that angle. So yeah, so really this only makes sense if the view direction and the normal are kind of similar, but it's what, yeah, so the color, okay, I think I left the color on diffuse mode. Right, yeah, because it's the normal and the light, so I just need to change this. And again, even though the normal or the specular light kind of jumps, you would never notice. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, okay. So the specular highlight, oh yeah, it also has, yeah, it has a diffuse bit in it too, so let's see. Yeah, that's another thing is you also multiply the diffuse light into it so that, I guess, so that those jumps don't happen. I'm trying to figure out, should I put that in the diagram? I don't know if I really need to worry about it, because this is like the classic specular. But like here, even though the specular highlight is really full, and you'd see it kind of snap into effect if the light moved, it doesn't actually happen because you multiply the diffuse to it, and diffuse is 0 at this point, and so then it would smoothly roll in as the light gets close to it. So yeah, I don't know if I want to add that. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be that difficult to show that here. I would just have to add another calculation to this colorizer script, and then probably add another arc for the diffuse. Yeah, but I don't know. It's cleaner this way. But it might be a good idea to show it, because it is kind of strange that it has this jump, so you would think that that's not correct. Anyway, yeah, one other thing I want to do is I think I want this half vector to be smaller, just to kind of show that it's, you know, a half vector. Although that's too small because now the arc looks bad, so 2.5 maybe? Let's see what the... Okay, 2.2 looks good. But yeah, I think it's kind of obvious that it's the average of them because it, you know, it moves whenever you move one of the other two. Okay, but yeah, I think I better sign off now. It definitely makes it clear. That's good to hear, Awkward Brian. Yeah, I might try adding in the diffuse multiplication, but unfortunately I've got to stop streaming for now, so maybe we'll try that later on. But the jump before looked strange, but now it makes more sense. Okay, well that's good to hear. But yeah, I think I definitely should have a version where it does both the specular and diffuse just to make that really clear, but yeah, also I need to probably fix that bit with the view, because when it starts off it doesn't update right away, so the position is wrong. What would I do for that? I guess it would be the draggable object. I would just call, or I'd constrain the position when it starts up. So void start. Something like this. Okay, if it'll load. There we go. All right, but yeah, thanks everybody for coming by. I really appreciate it. I hope this new time isn't too bad for most of my viewers. I think it'll be better for me because it just gives me a little bit, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but when I streamed at night, I had already been programming for a long time, so it was just harder to get into it. I'm still gonna have to like make up a bit of time from streaming now, but at least I'll have more control over when I do it. But anyway, I hope it'll be okay. But so I'll stream again tomorrow, and then also then I think I'll get into the groove of it. It'll be every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So now it will be at what time is it? So 10 U.S. Eastern time. Oh, it was nice for you, Brian. Okay, that's good to hear. But yeah, yeah. So I'll see you all tomorrow, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.